display here?
I do.
Hi, everyone. We are here with the amazing Bridget Brady. I'm so excited to bring her into our space to talk about social media because everything I know about social media, which admittedly is certainly not at expert status, but everything I do know is from this gal right here. And she's just been blowing me away with her insight and her humor and her presentation. And I know you're in for a real treat. So welcome, Bridget.
Katie Collins, launch and sales strategist of my dreams. Thank you so much for having me. I love the opportunity to just come and chat with you and chat with your peeps, chat with your community about how to make this social media thing work for their business.
Yes.
So I'm thrilled to be here.
Yes. Awesome. Well, I know we are quite a partnership, so it's really great. We definitely contribute to each other's businesses, which I love. So I thought I would just kind of shoot from the hip today and just throw out some like social media questions for those of us that feel really dumb or like sort of time wasting, right? So I'll tell you like the pushback I get from a lot of people. And then we can kind of go from there. But what I'm hearing lately is I hate Facebook. Ironic to be on the platform in which you're saying you hate it. And I have said those words many times. So whatever. Russian bots have more rights than I do to run ads and things like that. So I don't get it. I don't understand what makes them tick. And then when Facebook and IG and everything was shut down on Monday, then it was everyone's blowing up like, oh my God, you have to build an email list. And those very same people the day before were like, oh, Facebook groups, Yes. And I know one of your favorite things to say is the point of social media is to
get people off of social media. It's my biggest secret. Yeah. And yet I share it everywhere I go.
Yeah. And that is exactly why. Right. And it's like the outage and also the fact that you don't own these lists, you don't own the group, you don't own any of the space, you're renting the space, and they can literally take it away from you for no reason whatsoever.
Right.
And you're screwed if you don't have a backup method. So that's that's part of what I love about learning from you is that it's using social media to collect people and put them where you want them, and
interesting.
Yeah.
I love all that. And I actually, it's interesting because I've been obviously following the news on this whole Facebook debacle and the whistleblower and I mean, all the things. So if you have not been following this at all, there was a whistleblower at Facebook who basically came forward to Congress, I think, and said, here's like tens of thousands of emails that essentially say, big surprise, Facebook cares more about profits than about people. Okay, so I know what is happening. Okay, so I mean that's what it boils. That's the super simplified. We're not going to spend 45 minutes talking about that version of the story, but go to your favorite news outlet if you want to hear more.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is on the tail end of that news, there was all this other news, because if you're not aware of this, my friends here, social media, there are about 3.5 billion active users on all of social media, about 3.5 billion active users. Facebook has about 3 billion of those users on its platform.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the tail end of, oh no, Facebook's the bad guy. And, and then the Facebook crashed for 6 hours and everyone freaked out. On the tail end of that, there were a lot of news stories about small businesses are taking this huge hit. And all of a sudden, small businesses and entrepreneurs, which is primarily who I work with, Katie, I know that's really who you work with as well, had lost this critical piece of their marketing strategy for 6 hours. And all of a sudden, the 3 billion potential people that you can reach through Facebook. Facebook sort of / Instagram, they're starting to really like mush those things together now because, again, if you don't know, Facebook owns Instagram. They acquired Instagram several years ago, and now Facebook and Instagram are really linked together. So the long story, the moral of the story is this. I mean, Katie, you said it right off the bat, like the big secrets out of the bag. The purpose of your social media as a business owner is to get people off of social media. However, where else do you know anywhere else where you can effectively reach potentially 3.5 billion people? I don't. I don't. I mean, you can go to a lot of networking events. You can create a podcast. You can speak. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And social media is not the only way. And I teach that we're going to invite you to my masterclass that's happening next week. Even in my masterclass, I teach social media is not the only way, but it is a critical piece of your marketing puzzle in today's marketplace. Like it or not. Like it, hate it, understand it, don't understand it. You're either creating new business or losing business based on what you're doing on your social media.
Pretty much.
End of story. So we'll see you all later. Thank you so much for coming.
Right. That's all great. Thanks. All right. So I know on different platforms, different things matter, such as like, you have to video yourself vertically on Instagram, and yet you have to do it horizontally on Facebook, even though they're owned by the same company. Okay. So there's that. But there's also this thing called an algorithm that might as well be in freaking Russian, as far as I'm concerned, because it's constantly changing and I just don't understand it. So even though we're showing up and we're doing the things and we're making the pretty memes and we're posting organic content and scheduled content, we're doing all the things, we can see on the page, like, seen by 12. And it's like, oh, okay, I have like 5,000 likes on my page. Why are only 12 people seeing what I'm doing? I go live on the page. So do you have a magic bullet? What can you tell us about the algorithm of any platform, including the one we're on, that just allows people to see more stuff? Or what are the mistakes we're making that's making the algorithm say, not you, Katie, not you.
Get out of here, Katie. That's a fantastic question. A lot of people talk about algorithm hacks. I personally talk about algorithm love, right? How do you generate more love from the algorithm? Because the reality is, if you are trying to like hack the algorithm, algorithms are pretty dang smart. Like, we'll talk. I'm going to dig in. I'm going to dive in here a little bit, but I want to say that algorithms are constantly changing. Algorithms are constantly learning. And so these little like algorithm hacks, these little algorithm tricks often work for a very short period of time. And then you're back to where you started, or worse. And we can talk a little bit about this. Certain platforms will do something called shadow banning, where your posts are actually hidden from potential new followers and potential new audience, because often you're trying to like hack the algorithm and do like tricky things. And the algorithm's like, I see that you're trying to be tricky. So we're going to hide your posts for a minute.
But we're not going to tell you.
Oh, no.
That is the most frustrating thing ever, is you're in the corner, but we didn't tell you that. So,
yes. So I want to reframe this for everyone.
Please.
Let me help you. I'm here to reframe. So the reframe is, so to way back up, an algorithm is literally just a set of rules. Most typically, it's a set of rules that is used by a computer or software or artificial intelligence, right? It's code. Code uses a set of rules. And essentially what an algorithm is pretty much every single thing you do, the algorithm says, thumbs up. We like that. We're going to expose your posts to more people, or thumbs down. We don't like that, and we're going to hold your content back. So I'm going to give you some ideas for creating more algorithm love that's going to help you. But I will tell you, Katie, you also know this. I talk about this all the time in all my classes and my master class. Social media it's a long game. Social media is a marathon, not a sprint. So for if you're looking for like, how do I get say hi if you're here live. If you're looking to just get like some magic bullet quick hit, it's not social media. It isn't that vehicle, but it is. And I've seen it. I have helped literally thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners create millions of dollars of revenue just using social media. Like just from their social, they're creating like extra millions of dollars in their business. So it is very powerful, but let's talk about some of that algorithm love. So number one, social media platforms across the board love consistency. The algorithm loves when you are consistently posting every day or even every other day. You do not need to get crazy with it.
Okay.
It's another like quick tangent.
Yes.
Another thing that drives me crazy is people who are like, but I can't post twice a day, every day to every platform. And I'm like, who told you to do that? I mean, you don't, yes, in some crazy ideal world where you have an enormous team and all the time in the world, the social media beast loves to be fed.
Yeah.
In reality, put something up every other day across all of your, active primary social media platforms, at least every other day. So number one, algorithm love. And hello, Ashley. Number one, algorithm love is be consistent. Number two, algorithm love, and we are doing it right now. Most social media platforms do love when you go live.
Yeah.
They consider it authentic communication. So they know that this isn't a bot, right? There is no question. This isn't a bot. This isn't a trick. This isn't a hack. Like Katie and I are right here with you having a conversation. And the social media algorithm loves that. And if you want to test that, produce a video or record a video and put it up on your social and see how that performs over the next week, and then go live, do a similar video live on your social and see how that performs. 9.8 times out of 10, not always, but most of the time, your live video is going to outperform your pre-recorded content. That's not to say don't do pre-recorded content, but that is to say having a regular live show where ideally once a week you're going live to your audience is fantastic. The algorithm loves that.
Okay. We're doing something right.
We're here. Here we are. Third on the hit parade. And it's interesting because I'm like, so behind the scenes with Bridget Brady, I'm actually doing a live right after this live because don't waste the pretty.
I was like, what time is that one at?
Yeah, no.
You're right. Don't waste the pretty. Yeah.
Don't waste the pretty. If I'm going to do my hair and makeup, I'm coming on video.
Yep.
So I'm doing a live right after this about hashtags because number 3, hashtags. There's so much conversation right now about hashtags. Do they even work? How many hashtags? Yada, yada. So I'm going to all the cats are out of the bag. They're just running around my office, all the cats. Hashtags definitely still work. 1,000% they still work.
Mm-hmm.
If you had any doubt of that, I'm a big fan of test it, track it, tweak it. Use a good hashtag practice for a month, and then don't use any hashtags for a month and see what happens. Actually, don't do that. It's not going to go well.
Right.
Don't actually do that.
You're like, take my advice.
My advice.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So, Katie, I love the rewind. So I'm going to rewind to give you the best hashtag description that you've ever heard in your life, like the best hashtag definition you've ever heard. And like Katie mentioned, we dive deep into this I'm hosting a free masterclass. We'll tell you more about that at the end, but it's free. It's amazing. It's next week. And we do a pretty deep dive into this. But in short, social media is like this. Social media is a huge room of 3.5 billion people. 3.5 billion people all screaming at each other. That's social media. A hashtag is like a neon sign that you get to put up in that room of 3.5 billion people that says launch strategy, social media, free social media training, dog food, fair trade, whatever it is that you are offering the marketplace. So when people get there, they're like, oh, that's what I'm looking for, balayage hair color. I'm going to go over there, right? Whatever it is that people are looking for, you can actually be found. Okay. So Katie, does that make sense as the definition? Okay. There's our framework. Now, how does this work? Okay. So there's a couple things here. One is the algorithm loves a great hashtag strategy. Now, again, like Katie mentioned about shadow bans and everything else, social media is not putting out a newsletter every month that says, here's what works, here's what doesn't work, here's what hashtags are working, here's what hashtags aren't working.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to really do your research. And one of the great places you can get your hashtags from are your keywords. Ashley, thank you. You're welcome. One of the great places you can get your hashtags from are your keywords. So doing your keyword research, and we're not getting, that's a whole other topic, but doing your keyword research, really finding out what are people searching for, and then turning those into hashtags is one great idea. Number two, look at what your competitors are doing, right? Don't be afraid to take a look at some of your competitors and some of your colleagues. See what hashtags they're using. Go look them up on Instagram. Check their volume, the hashtag volume. Are they overused hashtags? Are they highly niched hashtags? So you want a really good mix of hashtags. Then and this is like, so it's interesting that we're having, it's why I'm doing, I'm doing my live about this is, do hashtags really work? But again, I'm giving you all the goods right now. So you have it, you're here with us now.
All right.
You got it.
Love it.
So yes, they work. And then two, the number of hashtags that you need to be using is also constantly changing. And again, it's not like Facebook comes out and says, hey, everybody, now use this many hashtags, but super cool social media people like me have the great honor of working with so many different clients and so many different students that we see trends.
Yeah.
So the current best practice trends that we are seeing work best. Now, this is not to say that this is the truth and the word, and this is the only way you can do hashtags. And here's what we're seeing now, because there've been a lot of changes since COVID. And really, there's been a pretty recent change in like number of hashtags that we're really seeing. We're seeing it drastically drop. Because of, Katie, you mentioned this, because of bots, because of, people just like trying to algorithm hack. And the social media platforms are like, I'm not really digging that anymore. Like, I don't like it. So on Facebook, for note takers, here's, I'm about to drop some gold for you. Here it comes. For Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, am I right? YouTube, like most of the platforms, really like one or two hashtags. That's it. One or two that give context to your post, that are highly specific to what that post is about. Maybe three, right? Don't be like, oh no, but I really need 3 hashtags because I need to use my branded hashtag. Okay. But the days of like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hashtags on most of the platforms, those days are gone. The algorithm's like not really loving that anymore. However, Pinterest is still a really big proponent and user of hashtags to deliver content. So on Pinterest, it's more like 2 to 5, even 2 to 6 hashtags. And then Insta, our favorite hashtag platform, the official ruling is still like 7 to 30, like not really less than 7. They won't even let you use more than 30. But I will tell you, we've tested extensively with our clients, and we're finding like a pretty nice sweet spot between like 7 and 10, 7 and 10, 10 and 15. It's really like that seems to be the current sweet spot for a lot of people in getting more views on their content.
Okay. I was going to ask, what's the metric when you say we test it? So the metric is the number of views for your post.
Yeah.
So you might use 30 hashtags and get 100 views, and then use 7 hashtags and get 1,200 views.
Yes. Okay. There's a couple things. So views, also engagement. So it means like your posts are being seen by the right people. Hashtags are still searchable. Hashtags are followable. You can follow hashtags on Instagram. You can follow hashtags on LinkedIn. So the algorithm's using hashtags to decide what content people want to see. People are clicking and using hashtags to follow things that are interesting to them. And you can even look, if you go into your insights, if you have a business account on Instagram, which you are a business owner, please have a business account on Instagram. People are like, but I have my personal account. I'm like, neither here nor there, right? You're a business owner. So please have a business account. If you go into your post insights and look at discovery, it will actually tell you 100 people discovered this because they're your followers. 50 people discovered this from your hashtags, and it'll tell you right in there.
Cool.
Oh yeah, it'll tell you right in there, 340 people saw this post that were not your followers. So you can test it, track it, tweak it. And that's what we've been finding. But again, talk to me next week. It could be different again. So consistent action, consistent message, go live, use a great mix of hashtags, and really just provide great content. I mean, Katie, you and I could talk about social media strategy for like the next 5 hours and still not be done, but provide people value. Put out great content, because engagement begets engagement. Likes beget likes, comments beget comments, right? Everything is energy. It applies to social media as well to some extent.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that was a really long conversation.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna like shoot questions that either I have or I know people have said to me.
Okay.
Like graphics versus no graphics, posting content, with or without. I keep seeing people in groups write image included for tax. I'm like, what the what does that mean? So I literally have no idea what that means. But so do images matter? And do the looks of the images matter? Like, I don't know, is there such a thing as too busy or too plain, or plain is better, or Facebook background stuff? Is that better than posting? Okay, so you get it.
I do. So I'll give you a couple of ideas. And again, this is what's so important. None of these are hard and fast rules.
Yep.
These are all
generalizations.
Right. No, but these are all like ideas
Yeah.
that can be, and I recommend are included in your overall social media strategy. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about your images and your look and your feel and color blocks and the Facebook background and all the things. Okay. So number one, I will tell you this, video, not that recently, but pretty recently surpassed images on social media. For video is now the most consumed piece of content on social. And then this just happened. It was memes forever until just recently. Video is now like it's right there, like it just happened, but video is now the most shared content on social media. So one, video, you kind of can't go wrong. And again, go live, do some highly produced videos, do some ad hoc videos, do some short videos, do some long videos, do some stories, do some reels, do some IGTV, right? Like all the different things. That's important.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your images. So, a couple things. One is online perception is reality. Perception is reality. If your graphics look like crap-a-doodle-doo, the assumption is your business is crap-a-doodle-doo. So, Katie, like what you said, if they're super busy, if they're a mess, if someone goes to your Instagram grid and it has 55 different colors and 24 different fonts, right? And then I don't even know how people are doing this. And then you're posting pictures where half of your face is cut off. That's like on your grid is like that. And your face, I'm like, how is this happening? Right? Perception is reality. So the first thing I want to say is the quality of your graphics, the quality of your branding is paramount on social media, because people don't have another metric to get to know you. Like imagine if Katie and I were here and my background was like piles of clothes or like boxes of crackers and like crumbs all over the place.
Yeah.
Like you would be looking at me and no matter what was coming out of my mouth, you'd be like, oh, she does not know what she's talking about. Like she must not be an expert.
Yeah.
Even if I said the exact same things.
Yeah.
Even if, and I am the expert, if, right? Visuals, right? So same thing with your graphics. They have to be on brand. They have to use your style guide, your fonts, your colors, your logo. Katie's great at this. Your logo, your website, your handles. You do a great job, right? So like be consistent. And then to the more technical aspects, new-ish, they say color blocking is the new black is what they're saying right now. People love like blocks of colors, right? Like not so many like, oh, look at all my swirlies, right? But like big blocks of colors are, I don't know. I mean, Katie, you might even know more about this than I do from a sales perspective. I don't know if it's a pattern interrupt. I don't know if it's just the new style, but people are saying if you can use blocks of colors in your graphics today in your ads, they're getting more attention than like the fancier graphics. I don't know, Katie, if you want to speak to that from a sales perspective.
I mean, I really don't know. I've seen like we're in touch with a company right now that's doing a really cool Facebook ad strategy, and they use color blocking for their ads. And so it's just 2 blocks of color, like white and turquoise, yellow and blue, and then a simple font across both of them. And that's been working really well. So that's really all I know about that. And like I know that designers that we work with for sales pages, that they have the concept of color psychology to train the eye to go where you want it to go on your sales page. But I don't have that knowledge. I just tap into people who do and say, you're hired.
Right. So that's sort of, again, something that I invite you to test, track, and tweak, right? It's a cool new, when this sort of came on the scene, again, recently-ish, right? Things are changing moment to moment to moment. But it was one of the things that I went to my team and said, hey, we need to do more color blocking in our graphics. Like this is sort of the new thing that people are getting good results with. And then, yes, that sort of like Facebook background that you can choose like a solid color, or sort of like the emoji of you being like, yay, right? Those are also proving to be more engaged with, shown more engaged with.
And
why? I don't know.
I felt like Facebook at all times, Facebook is like, if you use our tools, then you work better in our algorithm. So that I just make that up in my head. But if they provide backgrounds, they want you to use them. right?
Yeah. That's not I should steal that from you, Katie. Thank you. No, but it's not untrue. And something that I say to that effect, sort of piggyback on that idea, is use all of their tools, right? So people, back to algorithm love,
Yeah.
on Instagram, you will get your posts seen more often if you are also using stories and reels and highlights and IGTV and posting to IGTV with a preview to your grid. The more you use their features, the more they're like, ooh, this is a real user. This is a user of this platform.
Yeah.
And they tend to give you a little more algorithm love.
Yeah.
Again, why? Like, I don't know. No one knows. Call Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll say like a lot of the fear that comes up for me or for some of my clients is, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what it's going to do. And you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of your audience, right? So funny story. We had several people not be able to attend our ceremony a couple weeks ago. And so I was like, oh, let's try the watch party feature. Well, they got rid of watch parties in April of 2021.
Right.
So I didn't know that. So then I'm looking around trying to figure out how to do a watch party, the night before. And I see something that's not a watch party, but now it's a room.
Yes.
So then I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. We're going to use this new feature. We're going to pretend we know what we're doing, but we don't. But like, we were going to admit to people, we don't know what we're doing. This is all new, right? But I was willing to do it. So I created the room. I made the announcement. And then that morning, Jeffrey and I were meeting like a half hour before trying to figure stuff out. And he could barely get into the room. And then we gave it to our social media gal, and she couldn't even get in the room. And we were like, this feature is broken. Like
Yeah.
it's not functioning the way it should. And it's super infuriating. So we just had to cancel the whole thing.
Yeah.
So all that to say, it's like you try stuff. I think number one, the best advice for me is who cares if you look like you don't know what you're doing on social, because it's going to disappear anyway. And the likelihood of a lot of people seeing is unlikely,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter. And number two, the more you're willing to try things out. So I saw the other day that there's a feature of ask me a question. And that, it could be like Q&A Friday, like this is, and now this is the feature, ask me a question about sales. And that is running, and I'm tracking and answering questions, and I'm going to give that a try. So just little things like that. It's like, you have to be willing to click around and click on things and see what is this tool? What would it be used for? And then be willing to actually use it, instead of telling yourself that you have to buy a class to know how to host a room. Right? Like, but although looks like I might have to have a class to learn how to do that, because it was either user error or it was just actually broken.
Well, I think there are two things I would love to say about that. One is most social media platforms, but it seems like Facebook especially, I say that they are constantly in a beta test, because I will, like you said, watch parties, the rooms thing, they're probably already gone. I mean, I haven't checked in the last 5 minutes. Like, seriously, Facebook loves to like throw a feature out there and see if it catches on. And if it catches on, they'll keep it around for a bit. And if it doesn't catch on, it disappears. We see this all the time, especially like in the business suite, in ads manager. We're like, where did it go? Like, where did that feature go? It's gone. So so many things to say about this. One is that you can't, this is why you want to get people off of social media. You can't control it, right? You can't control social media, right? So it's a little bit of a conundrum, because on one hand, there is no better way to reach 3.5 potential billion people. There just isn't. And on the other hand, it can be confusing. It can be overwhelming. The tech can be overwhelming. The strategy can be overwhelming. So I actually, not to be contrary to you, fabulous Katie, but I actually think that it is good to take classes, free ones, paid ones. Like I am always, I'm like, I just took a new YouTube ad workshop. I just took this workshop. I just took that workshop. I do think that it's shortens the learning curve.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree with you. Like click
Oh, yeah.
around and invest in your social media. It is $1 million asset. So again, not to disagree with you. And I take workshops all the time on
Yeah.
random things. And
Yeah.
I'm literally an expert in this field. And I'm always like, what else can I learn about it?
Yeah. All I was saying was when it's about a feature, right? Like, oh, and I don't want to touch it until I
No,
take a class. No.
no,
But the
just try it.
platform stuff, like I'm taking a master class this week on webinars, and we do them and we teach them, and I'm still like, what's this guy have to say?
Yeah.
Because it's new and fresh, and I think taking 5-day or 3-day master classes inspires you to take
Mm,
action.
mm,
Right. And then to see a program, because of course there's always an offer waiting for you.
yeah.
And and then to choose to invest, like, hey, this is a hole in my business. It's why I was
Mhm.
attracted to the free thing. And if you're ready to invest, then absolutely invest in
Yeah.
figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I can't say that enough about social media. And I think sometimes I feel bad for you because I know you have a social media online program.
Mm.
And I'm like, how many times does she have to update that? Right? Because like I have
Ah,
like a single template that I'm telling people how to get free leads using Facebook, and I have to update it. Like now again, because they took away the featured photos section, which was my favorite way to advertise your group. You have one featured photo and it becomes a poster instead of a thumbnail.
I know.
And it was the best thing ever. And they took it away and made this weird stories section that cuts off every photo. It's
Yes, and that
so
right,
weird.
and you can't
Who,
see anything,
who
and you're
thought
like,
that was a
"What
good
is supposed to be here?"
like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Who thought it was a good idea? I don't know. So I have to update that, right? So I remember another friend of mine made like a how-to Facebook course years ago, and he's like, I had to ditch it because I had to update it like every 6 months,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, no, I wanted to go back to one thing you said because I
yeah,
do think it was so important, which is I don't know how many over minutes ago,
yeah,
which was, but don't be afraid to click around and try.
yeah,
Like, as much as I am such a believer in education and investing in things that are important, the other piece of that puzzle that Katie said that I just can't agree with more is like, just try it. I do get students who are like, oh, I saw this new thing on Twitter. I saw this new thing. Like, how does that work? Do you think that'll work for me? I'm like, try it. It. Let's see what happens. Right. So I do think that like you can't go wrong by like giving things a try. And please, myself, Katie, all the freaking 7, 8, 9 figure entrepreneurs I know, we're all making a million mistakes a day,
yeah,
right? We're all like messing up and things are going wrong. But so something else that I teach my students and in my class is everything you do online must be congruent with your brand and relevant to your audience. So as long as you're coming to people with a consistent brand and a consistent message, like click all the things, open a room, start
yeah,
start a chat, like
yeah,
try this feature, try that feature, see what happens. And especially if it's Facebook, it could be gone tomorrow, so just like give it a shot, like
right,
give it a shot and see what happens.
right.
So yeah.
So one more thing I want to say, and then I want you to share about your event next week too.
Yeah.
Um, one of the complaints I hear about like investing time in stories is the fact that they disappear, that it
Mhm,
becomes this asset that just turns to dust. And it's
mhm.
like, how much time do I want to spend on that? So, like, what's your kind of feedback for that resistance?
So two things. One, in as a general rule, your stories are actually shown to more people than posts on your feed. So again, huge generality, but in as a general rule, your stories are often seen by more people. And two, this should be a class all about algorithm. Algorithm, algorithm, algorithm. The algorithm loves when you're posting stories and will actually show your posts to more people if you're using stories. And then number 3, or whatever number I'm on, I think I'm on number 3, is repurpose, repurpose, repurpose. So if you, oh man, I mean, repurpose everything, right? Like Katie can and could take this live, cut it into 1-minute segments to post on IG feed, cut it into 1 to 3-minute segments to post on Facebook, cut it into 5 to 8-minute segments to put it on YouTube, cut it into 14-second segments to stick up on her stories. Like, repurpose everything. Please don't create brand new content for every single platform, for every single aspect of that platform. So definitely use stories, on Instagram, definitely save those as highlights and repurpose. That's what
Love it. Love it. No, that's a good reminder. And and then just all the ways that you can use like this thing, to get more attention to it, to draw more attention to it. All the things. So, so you're in what the Launch Squad calls a launch next week.
I am.
And I think number one, it's so fun to watch other people's launches. And number two, Bridget drops a lot of awesome content. I know because I worked on her team for a little while. So I know the content of Bridget. So share about that masterclass and how people can get signed up. And I'll put a link in these posts as well. So
excellent. Yeah. So it's a free 5-day masterclass. It is behind the scenes secrets to social media success. And I say behind the scenes because we didn't talk a lot about me and my background on this particular live, but I've been an entrepreneur for over 11 years. I have run a highly successful social media agency for now almost 7 years. Again, helped thousands of people create millions of dollars of revenue. And so I say behind the scenes secrets because very likely, if you're not getting the results that you want from your social, it's probably some relatively simple tweaks that you can make to your strategy to get incredible results. And so I'm like, all right, I got to get this information out there. I have to let people know about this, help them build their business. So I've created a 5-day free masterclass. Again, behind the scenes secrets to social media success. Katie is, there it is. Katie has posted the link. So click that link, register. It starts next week on Monday, October 11th. And it is not only for sure the last masterclass of 2021, 100% for sure, no question. I have many things to do at the end of the year. So this is the last chance to do my free masterclass this year. And Katie, you and I should chat about this. I'm thinking of revamping it a little bit for next year. So I'm not even sure if I'm offering it in the same 5-day format. So if you want the kit and the caboodle, this is your chance to come spend 5 days with me and my team. It's about an hour every day. Like Katie said, tons and tons and tons of valuable content, how to overcome your overwhelm, cut through the confusion, and create a social media strategy that gets you results. That's our whole jam.
Yes.
How do you get results on social media?
Yes.
So link is there. Please join us.
Link is there. One of the things I love about the 5 days is, it's chunked down. So it's like, oh, I'm going to learn about this one thing, and then I'm going to do this one thing, right? So it allows you to feel like you're taking these mini steps to success without feeling overwhelmed. So that's what I like about the, show up for an hour a day, do the homework. It's going to take you 10 minutes, post about it to win awesome prizes, and actually learn something, right? Really learn how to do it. And, if you think you don't know anything about social media, you're not alone. It's nice to be with a group of people that are asking questions that you might be afraid to ask. Oh, this is going to be a dumb question. And I tried to model that with you guys today. I asked what other people would be like, oh my God, that's the dumbest question ever. But I'm like, I don't know. I am not a pro at social media. I'm not. And, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's such a time waster. And it is if you don't have a strategy. So that's what I really appreciate about you and your program was teaching the strategy, the weekly, having a map or a calendar, and what holidays do you want to celebrate and what holidays do you not want to celebrate, and building your success around that is just, so helpful. So
Ashley, I'm going to see you next week. I'm so excited. You're going to love it. If you think this 44 minutes was good, wait until you see what is in store for you over 5 days.
Yeah.
Truly, like, business changing. Like, my goal for Ashley, you and everyone who registers is to walk out of the week with an exact plan for their next steps to completely transform their social media and transform their business.
Yeah.
So you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I know. Now I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I was working that, but you're like, I want Ashley.
I was so blessed. I was so blessed to have you, Katie, for the time that I got to work with you and have you do launches with me.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun. And you know, I still get to be a guest speaker.
Yes.
So that is happening as well. I'll talk about how to overcome objections in this event next week, although I think it's the following Monday, but anyway, whenever it is, Monday, Tuesday.
It's a bonus session.
It's a bonus. I'm a bonus.
You are a bonus.
And Bridget, thank you. You were a bonus for our launch last week. I can't remember right now who won them. Oh, Sarah Jean won your graphics pack, social media graphics. It was like how many? 300? How many?
It's over 100 graphic templates.
Yep.
Perfectly sized for all social media platforms.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was awesome. And she also won a 20-minute session with your social media director. Yeah. Yes. Lisa, who's amazing.
Yes.
So thank you. So I just love our partnership. I love our friendship. I love our wine happy hour. Let's talk business times.
Yes, I know. I can't write. That's coming very soon.
Yes.
I have so many things to talk to you about.
Yes.
So you and me and wine
before the end of the month. Yes.
Very soon. Okay, perfect.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I just love it. Make sure that you follow Bridget's business. It's called Amp Up My Biz, Bridget Brady, and the Social Media Success Academy. Any of those keywords, hashtags, whatever. I don't even know the right term, but if you just type that into Google, you're going to find Bridget.
That is true. Yeah. Type any of that into anywhere and you will find me, and use the link that Katie has so lovely prepared for you, and join us next week in our masterclass, and we'll get to continue this conversation.
Yes. Awesome. All right, my friend. Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you for being here. Whether you're live or here for the replay, let us know. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can connect you to Bridget. And until next time, we'll see you next week for my weekly live.
Nice. Bye, everybody.